Wachter, and I am the curator of Alien Sex Club, which is a project by John Walter looking at the relationship between art and HIV. We're just about to open the exhibition this evening, and it took us about 10 days to install with a team of about 10 or 11 people. So it's been quite a big job, but yeah, it's on such a scale that I think we're ready to welcome several hundred people tonight.
Welcome to Alien Sex Club, and the first thing you see when you come into Alien Sex Club is pug virus. And pug virus is an inflatable version of one of my 3D printed heads. And there's a series of viruses, there's a whole series of images that recur throughout the show that you'll see. So this is your introduction. And he's been made by Susie Hunter, who's a fabricator up in Glasgow, who's really kindly made this for me.
John has been working steadily for at least 18 months on making hundreds of different works that are going into this, including 2 albums of music, including dozens of drawings, a tarot set which he's designed, every single suit and every single card, various performances to camera which are now edited into videos, and so on and so forth.
My background is in painting, and in a very increasingly expanded field, because what I do is I displace things within each other. So as a way of challenging painting, I've always gone to different media. Be that, I suppose it's a sort of disabling one's virtuosity, so becoming an amateur at something, and within Alien Sex Club that becomes making songs or using computer-aided design, which are not things that I am sophisticated at, but in the badness there's a sort of vitality that then you can take back to painting. There's a series of passageways and rooms that you can chicane around as if you were in a sex club, or as if Grindr had exploded into being a real building. We can take any route. Which way do you want to go? Down this way. So we've got different maps that refer to places that I suppose I've cruised in my time. This is, these big cutouts are called the big shrinkies, and we'll get later onto a vitrine of the little shrinkies. And this is a bicameral head. This is a dopaminergic head on one side, the adventurous head, and a serotoninergic head on the other side. So this is the safe side. This is the sort of drugged out, excitable one, and the must stay at home one. Paintings become walls as if they were sheets in a club, and then we have another wall structure made of cardboard. This is the Bible of Alien Sex Club, which unfortunately we can't let people open, but maybe I can open it. It's very, very heavy and delicate. It's got 49 paintings in it, and the paintings are ways of rehearsing the bigger paintings, and they remix images. These are the bug chasers. This is a witch blowing a virus into a bloodstream to try and protect you. This is a plan of an existing sauna in London. I work in this very complicated way, which is very idiosyncratic probably to other people, but has just been accumulated over time. And it's about a meeting point between languages and imagery and different interest groups and different funding bodies. And it's like running a small company. But it brings odd things into the world that aren't corporate and aren't too slick, and they have shonkiness and they have energy and they're fun, but they're also deadly serious, and they are relevant, and they're innovative in terms of their form and the way they bring new content into visual art. These are quite crucial. So these are HIV capsids, and the capsid, the shape we know of the virus is just the envelope that delivers this to the cell. And this is a complex geometry made up of always 12 pentagonal proteins called pentamers and about 250 hexagonal proteins. And I felt like this was a breakthrough moment of me understanding how I might represent the virus now. And this canopy roof is a fragmented virus. So this capsid has got to the cell and shoved the genetic information inside it to repurpose it as a virus production centre. And this is where we serve gin, in the virus production centre. So the chem jester, who's played by Amy Rule and Ash Filito in London, I'll put her hat on actually. we'll be serving gin and tonics, and this becomes a really great way for people to talk to each other, to somebody that knows a bit about the show, ask questions in an informal way. So it's not relational aesthetics and it's not social work, it's more just generosity, hopefully, and friendliness, which you don't often get in an art gallery. As the project grew, it needed to be more than just a London venue. It needed to tour. I got involved with a curator at the Walker Gallery called Anne Bucantis, who introduced me to Gary Everett, and the whole kind of Homotopia box of tricks opened up, and a whole new, I mean, I'd not been to Liverpool before, and that was very exciting because there's a great art scene there, and the Royal Standard is doing really interesting things, Model, White Wizard, all, you know, I've got involved with all these exciting people, the Blue Coat, and so it's a very different beast. So we've made a sort of sauna area here that you can sit, if you want to get really hot, you can sit up top. And this is a video called Strategic Positioning, which it's got several sections in it. This is Pom Pom Tom, whose costume we saw, and viruses are raining down on him. And it really looks at the language of HIV. You know, there's a lot of medical language, a lot of medical jargon that's totally inaccessible that I've tried to popularise because it's quite poetic and rich. And somehow these worlds don't collide, but always with this hot colour.
The show in Liverpool will have a slightly different audience because Liverpool is a smaller city, and also because in Liverpool it's in the context of the Homotopia Festival, so it's being shown by a festival that already has a kind of loyal audience, I think. We're working with performers and HIV specialists in the different places. So there are 3 performances here, which are the result of the collaboration between an artist and an HIV scientist or medical specialist in each case. And the same will happen in Liverpool. So there'll be local artists in Liverpool. So we're looking forward to seeing what they're going to do as well.
I think it's going to be a completely different iteration of the project. So what we're seeing in the film, we'll have to unpack and unfold in a whole new way. And also there'll be differences with the testing and with the performances, with the events there. So yeah, it's really exciting to be part of that.
I don't want to get me no HIV in this city. I don't want to get me no HIV in that city. We're in the urban jungle now.